Hi everyone friends, Olya here. Today we're making an incredibly delicious German cake made with just 2 eggs, no mixer required, and only 15 minutes of active prep. The result is a huge juicy cake that stays fresh for several days. This is a really great recipe. I recommend everyone try it. You'll find the source link and ingredient proportions in the description below the video. To start, crack 2 eggs of any size into a bowl, ideally at room temperature. Add 150 grams of sugar, that's 6 heaping tablespoons. Add 1 10-gram packet of vanilla sugar for a nice aroma and a pinch of salt to balance the flavor. Mix the ingredients with a whisk, just enough to break down the eggs and combine everything well. No need to beat them. Next, add 200 grams of sour cream, any fat content. If you don't have sour cream, you can use the same amount of thick yogurt instead. It's handy to use slightly tangy sour cream that's been sitting in the fridge for a while. Ideally, the sour cream should also be at room temperature. Next, add 80 grams of soft butter and mix everything together about half an hour before you start cooking. Take the butter out of the fridge, cut it into pieces and leave it at room temperature on the counter. By the time you need it, it'll be soft. If you forget to do this, you can warm it slightly in the microwave so it becomes soft but not melted. If all the ingredients are at room temperature, the batter will be smooth and even. If one of the ingredients is colder, the butter might clump into small bits. That's not a problem. It won't affect the final result. Finally, sift the flour through a sieve. First, I sifted in 1 cup of flour, 250 milliliters, which is 160 grams, and immediately added 1 10-gram packet of baking powder. I recommend adding the flour in small batches since ingredients vary and the amount of flour needed can differ. Mix the batter with a whisk. Add the second portion of flour and switch to mixing the batter with a spatula. In total, it takes about 2 cups of flour, 250 milliliters each. Depending on your ingredients, you might need a little less or a little more flour. I used exactly 300 grams, which was 1 full 250 milliliter cup, plus a partial second cup. The resulting batter is quite thick. The consistency is like a cream, and it holds its shape on the spatula. For the filling, we'll use plums. I used a total of 1 kilogram. The amount of filling will depend on the size of the pan you're using. Simply cut the plums in half and remove the pits. Instead of plums, you can use any berries or fruit, including jam or preserves. The only tip is that the filling tastes better with a bit of tartness. We'll bake the cake in a small baking pan measuring 24 by 35 centimeters. Spray the pan with water and line it with non-stick parchment paper. I do this so the parchment doesn't slide around and it's easier to spread the batter. Spread the batter onto the pan and smooth it into an even layer. Just a note, this cake is easier to bake in a rectangular pan or a dish with high sides. You can also use a smaller pan than mine. The cake will just turn out taller. Once the batter is smoothed out, arrange the plums on top. You can place them cut side up like I did, or cut side down, whichever you prefer. As mentioned earlier, instead of plums, you can use tart apples, apricots, or cherries. Last, let's make the streusel to sprinkle on top of the cake. Sift 250 grams of flour into a bowl. Add 150 grams of soft butter. I also took this out of the fridge ahead of time. Mine is 82.5% fat. Next, add 3 heaping tablespoons of sugar, 75 grams, and a pinch of vanillin or 1 to 2 teaspoons of vanilla sugar. Rub the butter into the flour with your hands until you get a fairly even, crumbly texture. Sprinkle the streusel over the plums, distributing the crumbs evenly across the entire surface of the cake. Now you have this big cake ready to bake. Bake in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius, 356 degrees Fahrenheit for about 45 minutes to an hour until golden brown. The time will depend on your particular oven. The finished cake smells amazing throughout the kitchen and looks incredibly appetizing. I was in a hurry and got it while it was still hot. But it's better to let the cake cool first, since it holds its shape better and the slices come out neater. Importantly, the batter bakes through completely and doesn't turn gummy from the plums. When you cut into it, you'll see a light, buttery crumb, juicy tart plums, and a crunchy streusel topping. The cake itself is medium sweet, very tasty, fragrant, buttery with a nice tartness. Without exaggeration, it's absolutely delicious. I want to point out, this cake isn't dry. It's moist, thanks to the plums, and it's soft and tender. I treated my friends to this cake and they absolutely loved it. It was gone in about 5 minutes and people asked for the recipe. In my opinion, this cake eats like a proper dessert. One slice and you're satisfied. Importantly, this cake doesn't go stale quickly, so you can make it and enjoy it for several days. It stays delicious. We were still finishing it on day 2 and my husband asked me to make it again. That's how much he liked it. So, friends, this is a great recipe. Give it a try. As always, please support my video with a like and subscribe. I'm looking forward to your comments. I wish you all peaceful skies. Until next time, my dears. Bye.